You guys remember that from kinesiology?
And we talked about it yesterday
And
too.
you
You guys
talked
did
about it
good.
yesterday too, right? So what are we measuring when we do measuring for angle of torsion? What are we getting at? What are the words? Okay, retroversion and antiversion, right? Antiversion meaning what's happening to the femoral head?
We're measuring inversion.
It's hitting the anterior acetabulum, retroversion hitting the posterior acetabulum, right? So we come up with these angles. Let's say that we want to measure his right side here. We're going to use a goni. And when we use the goni, we're going to set it up so that we get our fulcrum right on or close to that patella. So you can only get so close. We'll be like midpoint of his patellar tendon there. And then my proximal arm is going to be straight up and down, just vertical. My distal arm is going to be in line with his tibia, right between his malleoli. Okay? So that's how I'm going to set it all up. Before I do that, though, I got to figure out where his greater trochanter is. So I'm going to come in, and you want to try and keep your hand as flat as possible and use primarily just your fingers to feel for the greater trochanter. Okay? So let's say his greater trochanter is sticking out like this. I'm going to line my hand up like that, and then I'm going to move him in and out of external and internal rotation. And his greater troch is going to do this. Part of it, I'm not going to really be able to feel it very much on either side if I go too far, but then I want to feel that greater trochanter and stop moving his leg when I think that that greater troch is the most lateral, okay, or most prominent laterally. So I don't want to stop him here. I don't want to stop him here. I want to stop him when I think he would look like this. Okay? Don't cup your hand like that, because then that greater troch is just going to disappear in the middle. We're not really going to be able to feel it. That's why I say use the fingers, straighten them out, get a nice flat surface. Okay? So I find his greater troch. That's your thigh. You have a very small angle of inclination. Okay, so I found his greater troch. My fingers are as straight up and down as I can get them, right? And then sometimes I have to close my eyes to increase my spidey senses.
That's what.
And I'm just going to go back and forth until I feel like okay. I keep him in that position. I get all lined up. And he is at, turn it around, Hubert. And he is at 4 degrees, but here's the kicker. I'm testing his right leg, so any measurement that I get on the right side of 0, on this side of 0, is antiversion. Any measurement I get on the left side of the 0 is going to be retroversion. It switches when I go to the left leg.
That should make sense, yeah?
Okay, so
Say
if
that all again.
I'm on the right, if I'm measuring the right side, and the number I come up with is on the right side of 0,
Basically moving into internal rotation.
moving into internal rotation, then it's going to be antiversion. If I go into external rotation, or the left side of 0, then it's going to be retroversion.
What were the landmarks real quick again? I'm not understanding where your landmark is.
His patellar tendon, like mid-patellar tendon,
The fulcrum.
and then the proximal arm is just going to be straight up and down, just vertical. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah,
the
this is
distal
another-
arm,
This is a way that you can goniometrically measure internal and external rotation as well. So these landmarks are exactly the same as when you measured internal rotation seated, yes? But you can measure it this way as well.
Wait, what was that other arm that I'm lining up with?
the distal arm
Yeah.
is going to be lining up between his malleoli.
Yeah, so basically the midline of the tibia, but it's pointed between the two malleoli, yeah? because that would be midline of the tibia, right
Okay.
between them.
So then with the left leg, again, anytime we take them into
Internal rotation.
internal rotation, it's gonna be, so now his leg is, that arm is on the left side, those numbers are on the left side,
Yeah.
it's gonna be anteversion, right? So anytime we put him into internal rotation, it's anteversion, anytime we come into external rotation, when we take the measurement, it's gonna be retroversion. Do you guys remember the numbers?
15, 35, 5.
So we've got no